Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Bakelite and some more various uses throughout the 20th century. I did a short a few days ago that featured this crucifix, which has Bakelite in it, and I got some good response, so I thought I'd do a longer video talking about, Bakelite. So Bakelite, in a nutshell, was patented in 1909 by Leo Baekeland, a Belgian chemist that was living in New York City. Bakelite was invented as a means to replace shellac, which was an archaic way of producing a resin. It was like a derivative of insects. It was a byproduct of insects. Now, that would be a very interesting show to do. I got to find some antique items actually made from shellac, and I'll feature that and talk about it. But today we're talking about Bakelite. So, Bakelite is thermosetting phenyl formaldehyde resin, right? Of course, everyone knows that. It's really durable. It doesn't conduct electricity, so it was used in early electronics. I know my old school Lionel trains from the 40s and 50s have Bakelite components, and those things get red hot, but the Bakelite just stays true. It doesn't, melt or get all flexible. So this is a poker chip, this is a crucifix, and this is a Type 1 Romanian Cold War era AK bayonet. This features a Bakelite handle with a unique twist. It also has these wood flakes or wood chips mixed in, as you can see there. That was common practice in Eastern Bloc countries throughout the Cold War to add the wood chips to the Bakelite. It was done to make things cheaper to produce than just using, pure Bakelite. And also, it helped reinforce the Bakelite handles and made them more crack resistant by adding those flakes. You can see them on this side really well. You can feel them too. Collectors nowadays who collect Cold War items or even Bakelite items, they pursue these things just for their unique, beauty and the look. You can see it's got a certain look to it, right? It's not quite wood, not quite plastic. It's kind of in between. The crucifix kind of highlights that, like that butterscotch. You can see these swirls. It's like a mix of wood and plastic, really. When it comes to Bakelite, if you want to start collecting it or just to get a piece to become familiar with the material, I always have my best luck at thrift stores or antique malls, like butter knives that have the butterscotch colored Bakelite handles. Those are quite easy to find. You can test your Bakelite by getting like a sewing needle or pin, getting it red hot, and then just pricking somewhere. And if it melts like a plastic, then it's plastic, and if it doesn't melt and smoke, then it's Bakelite. There's a few tests. You can research that further on YouTube, how to test your Bakelite. But yeah, I thought this bayonet, that's why I bought this particular one, just for the Bakelite handle. I thought that was a unique attribute to the bayonet. This poker chip, I found a bunch of these a few years ago in various colors. I like these. These are great. Kind of looks like a full moon. I like those. And this crucifix I just recently found at a thrift store. Unfortunately, the Bakelite is cracked, but it's still gorgeous. That butterscotch look is great. So there's just a few various items that use Bakelite. I know in my short that featured Bakelite, this crucifix, a few other folks mentioned, telephones, AK-47 magazines. There's a lot of different uses. So leave a comment with various historical uses of Bakelite. And as always, thanks for checking in.